stand in a room. You can't say you're the best in the room. Try step with the man and it's stressed in a room. Gonna need a bulletproof vest in a room. Nah, no longer stand in a room. Anybody wanna try a test in a room? If I tell you red say fam, better roll shoes, you will get wet like skets in a room.
Hello. How's everybody doing today? We got the system running at least. Oh, my mic is fucked, isn't it? Yep. How it gets fucked, I have no idea. It's really, really fucking annoying. It's whatever. Just really getting agitated with it. Stupid fucking mic just can't work. Bump that up a little bit for you guys. What did I leave off on? Working on script writing. Ugh. I think this is gravitational constant. Is this an Is this gonna boot my VR? Pretty sure it's gonna boot my VR. Fast tractions are happening. Whoa, okay. That fucking did it. Did that just yeet it? Yeah, I think so too. And I think it's them throttling us to try and make us pay them more money. And it's kind of scummy, but we don't have a choice. What are we gonna do for internet?
They're throttling us illegally, not giving us the service we pay for.
No. The only other provider is DSL. They have functioning orbital mechanics. It's orbiting. It's off screen, that doesn't mean it's gone. I just did vague, like, numbers. It's not even properly set out. playing with this. Because I've forgotten, like, I didn't remember that I wrote this. This is actually really fucking cool. It's a physics simulation that uses orbital mechanics, but it also is, so yes, but it's capable of, like, every single object in the physics system is capable of interacting with each other, so all of the different planets, let's say, or objects are able to, because of their independent weight from each other, impact each other. So instead of just having, you know, oh yeah, the sun and then the planets go around the sun because of physics, they go around the sun, but because of their difference in weights, they can actually pull on each other and move each other around in their orbits. So you actually have the full orbital mechanics that planets normally have in a solar system. I actually have that simulated in a fucking script from, like, when I met Gogo. That's how old these scripts are. I think it's just too close. We're getting to a problem area. Probably its mass.
Isn't it more optimized to just write an animation?
Oh, of course, yeah.
I mean, it would be good for things like being drawn into something's gravity.
Orbital mechanics was just kind of a little fuck around that I had as, like, an idea. And yes, animating would be the best course because you can fully control everything within the animation. Oh, there we go. Yeah, dropping it by about 100 kilograms is what I needed to do. But yeah, now you can see the full system here. See? Those two collided. But because of the orbit, they're getting pulled apart. And yeah, these aren't massive scale weights. They're just smaller objects, but they're still able to interact with each other on a gravitational scale. Just enough to, like, tweak the orbit slightly, you know? But yeah, it's kind of cool. I think this was more of me shitting on somebody said that creating a massive, like, planetary physics system was hard to do, and I was like, the fuck it is. Physics-based orbital mechanics is very easy. No. I guess, but even then it's not really, then the animation, so you get things in physics interactions like this that you can't get in an animation. In animation, you're gonna have a fixed orbit, and that orbit can't really change, especially with, like, planetary objects. So that's what Hellion did. Hellion baked in all of its orbits. So every single planet had its own orbit, and all the moons of those planets had their orbits. And it was all just baked in.
piece of...
You do that for optimization purposes, but you also then don't have any type of dynamics to it.
Mission is long.
Yeah, sure, but then you'd have to do an entire orbital trajectory like map where you do like the entire like flower spirograph pattern. Yeah, you'd have to do that. I wouldn't want to do an animation that long. And it wouldn't be smooth. The animation wouldn't be smooth. Running it on Rails is what everybody does. This was me saying you can fucking do it this way. Why not? Like, fuck it. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying that it's, you know, an idea. Huh?
Why do it?
Because the orbital mechanics can actually interact with each other. So instead of having to program out something that's fixed, you can just program in numbers and it just works, and then the physics interactions can occur. And if you do this with every, well, obviously if you do it with every object, then you're going to have issues. But if you do it with the more massive objects, once it gets to a certain mass, it starts to have effect on other objects. Yeah, what happens when stuff collides? What do you mean, like the planets collide? You can have deformers voxelize the planets. You can do whatever you want with it. They did collide, and then they pulled themselves apart because of the orbital mechanics. The initial on this, here, I'll reset it so that you can see the initial. This is the initial. Watch the initialization. So the top two, watch those two. The one starts to accelerate because it doesn't have enough speed. The mass is able to tug on other planets, and then it slows down in its apogee. And then, boop, they collide. And then, as they're going back around the orbit, they bounce off of each other slightly, and it pulls them back apart because of the orbit. They do impart motion onto each other. Well, yeah, you could have that. Yes. I did have another system that allowed that to happen when two things collided. It was supposed to break up into smaller pieces, but the physics of it weren't quite right, and it would just explode into a billion pieces that didn't care what was happening, and they'd fly apart at like Mach 8. You can do it. It is possible. Especially if you don't do... So you have like outward force from a point, and you have them spawn in, keep the spawn point, but have them spawn relative to that spawn point, and then keep those 2 points and impart physics trajectory based on that, but keep the colliders off until about 3 to 5 milliseconds after the spawn in, and then randomize rotations and randomize the ejection speeds. You could even go so far as, instead of randomizing, use a range based off of the impact velocities. Either way, it's possible to do. I just didn't put much time and effort into it. This was just more of a proof of concept, and I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Plus, you can play with the mass exponents as well. So, like, if you fuck with their mass exponents, bad things happen. They're all orbiting pretty well, but now they're tugging on each other way more. I think that one's in a decaying orbit. She's adorable. remember what happens if you set this to is planet. I think that means it can drift. Wait, is this moving now? I think its mass is way too high for it to even be physically capable of moving. Oh wait, I did it stupid.
Whoops.
Okay, let's try this again. Is planet. There we go.
Help! Help!
What?
Help!
What am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do? Damn. Tickler, go.
I'll tickle you! Tickle you until you let me up! Yeah. No! Let me up! Break free! No, no. Why am I not allowed to do it, huh? You're not doing it to me.
Alright, we're at 5. Ooh.
Hi.
Hi. I see.
And I got to motorboat the belly.
That's adorable.
Oh.
Collision? Pull it. Ooh, so close. That was enough to pull it in, though. That one's getting pulled in, yeah. 6. I'm at 7. What the fuck? Okay. Now we're having issues. Am I seeing pixel movement? Hold on. Oh yeah. No, this is great. Go, look. So I'll get these as well. Look at... Huh? What are you trying to do? You can't log into that. Because what are you gonna do? Log into the web app? The web app's gonna tell you to log into the application on the device. You don't have the application, and I don't have the password readily available. I'd have to copy paste it. It's like a 32 character password. I'm not gonna send it through Discord, Goober. Why do you want to log into it? To see what? No, I'm curious. I don't know what you're trying to see. There's nothing to see other than them telling us that there's issues with the line. What are you trying to do? Explain it to me so I understand. Then you aren't trying to do something. You're just looking. Honey, I'm not gonna sit.